welcome back to my channel. I'm Liv. This is Liv on Paper, and I like to talk about notebooks and stuff. So if that sounds good to you, let's hang out. Consider subscribing. If you don't want to, that's also cool. Thanks for hanging out anyway. Appreciate it. Okay, sorry. I took a drink out of my big-ass soda. All right. It has been a while since I did a flip, so I'm going to do a little flip through for you. And I think I'm going to do a separate video where I talk about my plan for 2025, but that's also happening right now. So a lot of exciting things going on, right? I also got a new phone, which you probably won't be able to tell from the video, but my old phone has been part of the reason why I haven't been posting very much because, well, I'm hoping it's the phone. I just have been having a lot of technical issues, so I'm hoping that this phone solves those problems. We shall see. I am still in, so this is going to be a flip of my Wonderland 222 in the A6 size, and it is currently housed in this gorgeous, let's see, hold on, let me zoom out. Ooh, okay, that shows a lot of my desk, but okay. This is the A6 size Chatelaine in Nana Pudding from Speckled Fawns. I absolutely love it. It is wonderful. So let me zoom you back in. That's a nice little feature now. Okay. And I am still using my Lamy Safari with DeAtramentis Document Fog Gray ink. All right. Over here, oh yeah, I just have a bunch of like small things because, well, I'll show you later actually. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. As far as decor, I think it's pretty much the same as when you last saw me. This might be new, but otherwise I'm pretty much, I've seen a lot of people decorating for fall, and part of me is like, yeah, let's do it. And the other part of me is like, where I live in California, it isn't even gonna start to like even feel like fall until mid-October. So I could decorate for fall, but it would just be like fall stuff with summer weather still, and I'm just not in the mood. Like, it's supposed to be 100 tomorrow, and I'm just, ugh. I can't think of fall and 100-degree weather, you know? So this has been the same for a while. I will eventually decorate this, but the front is also the same. I just have some family pictures back there. Yeah, this is all the same. I haven't really done anything. This is where I will put some fall stuff when I do some decorating, and I'll do the fall in the cover. But this part, you know, like, this isn't gonna look fall. You know, it's very summery, so whatever. All right, this is the index, which I have been updating, although I never actually use it as an index. It's just like to look cute. The year to glance, which I do like. This is my general health tracker. You know, cycle, headaches, if I have a cold, weird random things that happen. Sometimes I track my weight because I do have an autoimmune disease, and so it's under control now. I have Graves' disease. It's under control now with medication, but I still a little paranoid about it, so I like to keep track of certain things in here to help me know that it's okay. These are the quarterly sections, which I'm using for exercise. Had a slow start to the year, but this summer I got really back into it. And then I had to take some time off because I hurt myself, but we're back at it now, so feeling real good. I love this section. I am definitely doing this in my planner next year because I love it. So that will be for the rest of the year. Okay, so before I get to this gratitude part, let's flip through July and August. So I think the last week I showed you was this one at the end of June. I did the half-year flip, mid-year flip. I think you can tell from how sparse this is that I just like really wasn't feeling it this week. And I really wanted to just move to a different planner. This happens to me in the summer. Usually I switch to something smaller this is already really small, so it wasn't the size thing. It was just like this itchy feeling of like restlessness. I want something different. So I was watching Katie's Craft Studio at the time. It's been a couple videos back now. I'll try to link that one in particular. But she was flipping through her, I think it's the Common Planner, and talking about how at one point she realized it wasn't working for her. So instead of planner hopping, she just revamped how she was using the planner. And that inspired me because I want to stay in this planner. I think you guys will understand this. There's like no greater joy than a completely filled in notebook at the end of the year. Like, it is fantastic, and it just brings me immense joy. And I really want that for this planner because I want it. So yeah, so this was the last week in June, and I was like, I need to switch things up. So I am still doing my my monthly review, which I love also, so that's gonna stay. So this was my July calendar, but for the weeklies that were already drawn out, I just did gratitude. And this reminded me that I really like to have my gratitude in my main notebook. I'm trying not to call this my planner so much as my notebook. I love this because it's already out. I have this with me all day, and so it's really easy to do my gratitude practice this way. I've done it in the last 2 years. I've done it in the back of my weeks mega, but this planner has way less extra pages, so I was being very conservative with them. But around the mid-year point, I was like, okay, you have enough pages. You can do whatever you want. The July review. I didn't actually finish all these books right now. This is just everything I'm reading. I have a bunch of books going right now. And we watched a lot of 90s movies because our daughter was home. And it's hard to find stuff that's like appropriate for her to watch with us. So we had to watch some older stuff. Yeah, I still love this. It's fantastic. So for the dailies for July, I did all the weeklies as gratitude. Then for the dailies, I just did like bullet journal style back here and then extra pages. I printed out these little tip-ins. I'll talk more about these in my video about next year, but basically I didn't want to draw out the weeklies, so I just printed out little tip-ins and I just moved them as I needed to. It worked really well, very well. And it just, again, reminded me that I do like doing this setup. I usually revert back to this in the summer. Like I said, I moved to a smaller notebook, and I usually do like a bullet journal type setup. And this also reminded me that I really like to just log stuff more than, I don't know, more than a to-do list. I like to like write down what actually happened. So like Trump got shot, you know, that's something that when I flip back through this planner, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was crazy, you know? Or Joe withdrew from the presidential election. That was also crazy. So like things like that I like to write down because, you know, in 10 years when I look back at this, which I think I will, those things are gonna be like, oh yeah. So that was what I did. Pretty much week on 2 pages. Yeah, most of them were week on 2 pages. Some of them were 3 pages, but most of them were 2. So at the end of July, I was like, okay, that was a fun experiment, but I'm gonna move back to the weeklies that are drawn out for me because it's easier for me that way. So this is August, pretty bare. We started school back up, so everything's kind of... I used this again this week, but I really didn't need to. I could have put it here. And basically just doing logs. So like we went to Inside Out. I hurt my feet. Such a pain in the butt. Oh, restorative yoga. I know it has its place, but I find it so boring. I can't stand restorative yoga. Same here. I just did sideways. I didn't like how this looked at all, and just like a tiny picture. This, yeah, I didn't like the sideways thing, so did not continue that. So, like, if you can see, just comparing it to that last week of June, you know, like how much more I'm using it because I'm doing stuff that I actually like. Like, this was the last week of June. This is now. And it's not that I have much more, like, stuff going, like, to do. It's just I'm writing stuff down. That's really it. Yeah. So, this was this past week. I didn't feel good. Yeah, so this was, you know, it's working. I like it. I find this to be more enjoyable. And like I said, if I flip back through this later, it's nice. It's fun to look at. So this was the last week of August in this planner. It ends on the 25th. I don't know why they split it that way. So the last week of August is in September for some reason. September 1st. So this is this week. Really basic setup. This is how I set my week up. Just like the basic stuff that I need to do. Oh, I need to highlight these things real quick. So yeah, I keep it really simple because I don't like feeling like I don't like to feel like it's a chore. So I just keep it very simple, some washi and some highlighter. Very basic. So that's that. I don't think I did anything fun back here that would be interesting to look at. Yeah, my budget, some Zoom schedules. Yeah, I don't have much going on. The other thing that I did, so after July, when I did the gratitude in the weekly pages, like that, I did the math and figured out how much extra pages I have at the back and how much space a weekly gratitude log would take up, like a 2-page weekly gratitude log. And I have enough room, but I also decided to convert these front pages, which you saw a bit of earlier. So these were the routine tracker pages. These pages, which I think I've talked about before, these did nothing for me. I just, you know, these don't motivate me, or like, I don't know why. These don't work for me. So I just turned them all into really simple gratitude logs. And this is where those pictures come in my pocket. They're just little tiny pictures to put in that extra space. So this is this week. And then I did the rest of December also, because I wasn't in this planner in December, so I have some mapped out already. And then I can finish in the back pages, but I should, because I'm using these, I should still have enough space at the back for extra things. I'm still using this notebook. I can squeeze 4 days on 2 pages, so this is lasting forever. But when this one's done, I'll move into that little book one. Nope, not little book. Which one? Where's that little notebook? This little guy. This one is really good with fountain pens too. So yeah, that's my planner currently. Oh, what did I have in the front pocket? I should show you that. Yeah, these are just tiny pictures that I can put in those little square. I found this picture of Jesus on the concrete. And then these are the little tip-ins that I made on Canva. And I sized them to fit in the A6. They're really easy. It's literally just lines and I put letters. Super, super simple. I will talk more about those in my other video that I show what my plan for 2025 is. So you can get a better idea of that if you're interested. I didn't want to make this video too long. So I'm also using some post-it tabs on the side. Hopefully you can see, just to make it a little bit easier to go between sections, because yeah, I like that. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope that you guys are having a good summer. Maybe it's already fall where you live. We're still in the midst of it here in California. If you have any questions or comments, or you just want to chat, tell me about your plans for 2025. I am open. I would love to talk about stuff like that. So drop me a line, and I hope you guys have a good week. Bye.